You were sick. Fever, chills, barely able to move. And your cat, who normally does whatever they want, didn't leave your side. Not for hours. Maybe not for days. You probably thought it was a coincidence. It wasn't. Your cat knew something was wrong before you even admitted it to yourself. And what they were actually doing in that room while you suffered, most owners never find out. Until now. Here's something most people don't know. The human body doesn't get sick silently. When a virus or infection takes hold, your body starts producing specific chemical compounds, volatile organic compounds to be precise. They leak through your skin, your breath, your sweat. To you, you just feel off. To your cat, the room suddenly smells completely different. Cats have approximately 200 million odor receptors in their nose. Humans have around 5 million. That's not a small difference. That's a different world entirely. What you experience as a faint smell, your cat experiences as a detailed chemical map. And when your body chemistry shifts because of illness, your cat detects it immediately. This is not guesswork. Researchers studying animals and disease detection have found that cats, along with dogs, can identify specific odor signatures associated with infection, inflammation, and cellular change. There are documented cases of cats repeatedly pawing at or sniffing specific areas of their owner's body that later turned out to be sites of illness. So when your cat pressed their nose to your forehead that day, they weren't being affectionate. They were reading you, taking in data, trying to understand what had changed and whether you were okay. Once your cat detected that something was wrong, something ancient switched on inside them. And this is the part most owners completely miss. Cats are not pack animals. They don't have the same social bonding instincts as dogs. In the wild, they survive alone. They don't need others to function. So why, when you're sick, does your cat suddenly behave like they can't be without you? Because their instinct isn't just about themselves anymore. It's about you. Behavioral researchers studying domestic cats have found that bonded cats display what's called proximity-seeking behavior during their owner's distress. When they sense something is wrong, emotionally or physically, they don't flee, they move closer. They position themselves between you and the door. They watch. In feline social groups, when one member is vulnerable, others close ranks. They don't announce it, they don't make a scene, they just appear, and they stay. Your cat was doing exactly this. You were the vulnerable one. They closed ranks, and they weren't going anywhere until they felt sure you were stable. You probably noticed it more than usual when you were sick. That steady, low rumble against your chest or your legs. You thought it was your cat being sweet. It was, but it was also something else entirely. And this is the part that surprises almost everyone. Cat purring operates at a frequency between 25 and 150 Hz. Within that range, specifically between 25 and 50 Hz, vibration has been scientifically shown to promote bone density, reduce inflammation, and accelerate tissue healing. It's not folklore, it's physics. Veterinary researchers first noticed this when studying why cats recover from injuries faster than almost any other animal of comparable size. The answer kept coming back to the same thing, the vibration they generate themselves. And here's what makes this extraordinary. That same vibration transfers to whatever your cat is pressed against. When your cat curled up on your chest while you had a fever, they weren't just keeping you warm. Their body was producing a frequency that your own cells were responding to. You felt calmer, your heart rate likely slowed, your breathing deepened. That wasn't coincidence. That was your cat's body doing something yours couldn't do alone. They didn't know this consciously, but their instinct drove them there. And your body received it whether you realized it or not. There's one more thing your cat was doing in that room that you probably didn't notice at all, and once you see it, you'll never look at their sick day behavior the same way. Watch a cat sitting with a sick owner carefully. They're not just resting. Their ears are moving, rotating slightly, tracking sounds from other rooms, from outside. Their eyes periodically shift to the door, the window, any entry point into the space. Their body is relaxed enough to stay still, but not fully at rest. They're on guard. This goes back thousands of years. In the wild, a sick or injured animal is a target. Predators specifically seek out the vulnerable. Your cat, no matter how many generations removed from the wild, still carries this code. When you were sick, you were vulnerable. And something deep in their wiring said, this is when danger comes. This is when I need to be present. So while you were lying there thinking your cat was just being cozy, they had quietly appointed themselves your guardian. Every sound from outside the room was being monitored. Every shift in the environment was being registered. They weren't going to leave, not because they were sleepy, not because the bed was warm, because you needed watching, and they knew it. Here's the final piece, and it's the one that tends to stay with people long after they've heard it. Think back to the last time you were sick and your cat stayed close. Try to remember the moment they finally got up and walked away, left the room, went back to their normal routine. Chances are that was right around the time you started feeling better. Not when you said you were better, not when you got up to make tea, before that, sometimes hours before. Your cat wasn't responding to your behavior, they were responding to your chemistry. The same way they detected the shift toward illness, they detected the shift away from it. The cortisol levels dropping, the inflammation beginning to ease, the body returning slowly toward its baseline. And when that signal came, when whatever they had been tracking finally told them you were stabilizing, they stood up, stretched, and walked out of the room. Not because they stopped caring, because the watch was over. You were going to be okay, and they knew it before you did. People spend years wondering whether their cat truly loves them, whether that independent, unpredictable creature actually has feelings for them, or whether they're just convenient. And then they get sick, and the cat appears, and stays, and watches, and purrs, and doesn't leave until it's over. That's not habit. That's not instinct alone. That's a bond so deep it reads your body like a language and responds without being asked. Your cat has been telling you they love you in the most primal way possible. Every time you were at your worst, they showed up at their best. You just didn't know what you were seeing. Now you do.